According to UNESCO, over 2.2 million books are published every year. But out of these 2.2 million books, only few books actually changes our lives. And today I'm going to discuss 3 books that has not only helped me to become better professionally and in my business, but also helped me to achieve my personal goals and therefore really helped me to be more happy. And here I really want to save your time and energy by summarizing these 3 books and how the key concepts in these books can truly help you to not only become better professionally, but also become better in your personal life and be more happy. So without wasting time, let's get started. The first book that I would like to discuss is called Start with a Why by Simon Sinek. So let me tell you, if tomorrow I ask Elon Musk to help you with your business, I give you all the money in the world, and I give you all the resources that you need, an amazing team, a beautiful office, still the chances of your business to survive and succeed are way small if you don't know why you're doing that business in the first place. And that is explained really beautifully in this book. Let me explain. In this book, he explains a concept called the golden circle. So the golden circle is a framework which comprises of 3 layers. One is what, next is how, and the other is why. And Simon believes that the major differentiator between a successful entity and a not so successful entity is the question why. When you start a business or decide to have a goal, you say, I want to do this. You have the answers of what and you have the answers to how. But very seldom people ask themselves the question that why they want to achieve this goal in the first place. Because when whats are not enough, when hows doesn't work, the only thing which keeps you resilient and keeps you focused on your goal is your why. And this is why he explained through the example of Steve Jobs that he was able to not only retain talent but also convince people of buying their products, which were actually not that miraculous, was because they were able to explain them the why, that why they need this product. So he uses various examples from Apple to Martin Luther King to even Wright brothers in explaining that why they were able to make such significant remark in the history because of their such strong core belief of answering their whys. He even argues that organizations who truly know what their core purpose, core belief is and why they're in the business they are in, are able to retain talent and are able to succeed and more likely to achieve what they want to achieve, because for them it's easy to decide whether they would like to pursue something or not, and the decisions and choices are easier for them to pursue because their framework and their foundation is very clear that this is their core belief and they would like to pursue which satisfies that core belief. This is why I had 10-15 goals in a year in the past years, because of which I ended up achieving nothing. But as soon as I started asking myself that why I want to achieve this, by looking at the other influences, am I just getting influenced to do what they are doing and seem to enjoy it? So this concept of golden circle can really help you not only in your professional life, in your business, but also in your personal life to keep the right goals, the goals that satisfies your why of pursuing those goals. The next book is called Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. And this book really made me happy, not just because I got it for 50% off, but also because this book has truly changed my life. And let me explain how. So Thinking Fast and Slow actually talks about that in the business world, especially when you are a CEO or somebody of authority, you need to make a lot of choices and decisions. And the way to make those choices and decisions the right way, you need to understand your thinking system, which can be divided into 2 systems. One is fast and the other is slow. So system 1 is actually fast. It's intuitive, it's emotional. When you jump to conclusions, when you make a judgment quicker, and you just act on your emotions. Most people think from their system 1, where instead of using their logic, they act on their emotions and they act on their impulses and most likely make the wrong choices and decisions. Now system 2 is more slow, it's more deliberate, and it's more logical. So this book, through many examples, actually explains that you're the byproduct of your choices. Whether it comes to your personal life or your professional life, the progress that you make in your life is all dependent on your thinking system. Do you work on your system 1 and make most decisions through that? Or do you work on your system 2 and make most profound decisions logically through that? Kahneman has discussed amazing concepts like biases and many psychological concepts like endowment effect, like prospect theory, and even loss aversion theory, which I think is one of the most important theory, not only with regards to finance or with regards to business, but also with real life, where you try to avoid more losses and think from the perspective of losses instead of thinking of the gains. I would love to explain these concepts. I'm going to put a summary down in the description for you to go through it yourself. But if you would like me to explain you, I would love to make another video on that. But all these concepts basically helps you to understand when you make a decision for your impulse, you can understand whether this decision is the right decision or wrong, and how can you actually make your decision and choices better. And the most important thing that I love about this book is how he highlights the importance of critical thinking. Because it's so easy to take your decisions based on your biases, based on your environment, but it's very hard to make decisions logically. And for that, critical thinking is very important, which is not about making extreme decisions or extreme analysis, but rather viewing the world from an outside perspective. So it's a very interesting concept, and I think it has really truly helped me in my personal life to also consider decisions that are more helpful. So when I made the decision of my previous business, I made the decision based on my emotions. I really wanted to start a business, and in desperation, I just went for it. But now for my second business, I've done thorough research. I've analyzed what I'm good at, what are my strengths. I've analyzed what are my weaknesses. I've analyzed what I want in the 5 years, why I want it. So basically, this book has truly helped me to understand that what business model can I pursue based on my strengths and weakness, and which also has the potential. And it could only be possible by focusing on system 2 of logical thinking instead of acting through desperation and impulses and emotions as I did in my previous business, which definitely failed. Now, the third book that I would like to discuss is called The Essentialism. I had some 15 goals before I started this year, and that was the case in my previous years as well. And this is why I wasn't able to achieve any goals. But when I read this book, it actually felt like the author came and really snapped in front of me and made me realize that what I'm doing wrong. In this book, Greg McKeown, so sorry Greg, but this author made me realize that how being essentialist is so essential. So basically this book highlights the importance of discipline, that how discipline leads to habits, how habits leads to consistency, and consistency leads to growth. So by doing less, you're actually doing more. But the beauty of this book is that the author helps you to figure out how can you prioritize things. For example, if you keep 10 tasks to do in your day, most likely you're not going to achieve that. And if you achieve that, then most likely the quality of your work will be affected because you're trying to do so much in one day. In this case, this author helps you to figure out what is your priority. In case if you're running out of time, then instead of trying to do everything, focus on quality and focus on your priority. That one task that will actually have more effect on your life. By understanding that only few tasks will actually have more impact on your life. So by choosing those few priorities and those few more important tasks to do can actually help you to achieve your goal. So since I've started following this book and the principles of this book, which is to do less, and I also figure out what is my main priority, what is my secondary priority, what is my tertiary priority, in case if I'm not feeling well, or if I'm running out of time, or if something uncertain came up, it's easier for me to only focus on my priority based on what task will actually bring the most effect or most profound impact on my goals. So this book is actually very helpful, especially if you're trying to be productive. Because for me, I'm trying to run my business. I also have a job. I also run this YouTube channel and also have other goals like exercising, reading, meeting friends, socializing. So there's a lot, and house chores as well. So there's a lot to do. And in that case, it's really important to understand what is my priority and what is not my priority, so that I can say no to those 10,000 things and focus on those 1 or 2 things that can actually bring in huge impact onto my goals and can take me nearer to my objectives. So overall, these 3 books have truly helped me to become a better version of myself, have made me truly happy. And I also believe that you don't need to read 10,000 books to become better. You can even start with those few books that can truly change your life. Your comments are truly helpful and valuable to me. I want to hear your thoughts and your opinion and what you think about these videos as well. So This is all from my end today. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Priya signing off, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.